I made some predictions a while ago and I put them up on my YouTube. They don't get a lot of views for some reason. I don't know why. But I tried to cover, I sat there with a map in front of me and I tried to cover all the countries that were kind of jumping out at me of something happening in those countries. The first part that I did was about the USA. So I'm just going to focus this video on the USA because I've been asked by a few people if I could do that. So first of all, I could see it was lots and lots and lots of news coming out of there, and it just felt like devastation after devastation after devastation. And I'm sorry that this sounds like a fearful video, but that's what it felt like. And I have been saying for a very long time that the United States of America is imploding on itself. It has to. It can't continue the way that it has been for years with the indoctrination of the way that people think. And this with TikTok and with the world being available to learn about other countries, a lot of the people in the US are starting to realize that they just haven't been taught anything about other countries, and their own history has been lied to them, and they're seeing the truth, which then causes a lot of doubt. If you've ever truly believed something and then you get physical evidence to show you that that's not true, you start to build up doubt. Like you doubt yourself because you think, well, I thought that was right and it's been proven that it's not right, and now I'm doubting myself. And when that keeps happening, when you keep having doubt over doubt over doubt, you don't believe anything anymore. And you see that in comments online where a lot of the Americans will write, that's not real, that's AI. Even just recently when the disasters of the plane accidents, there was very few comments saying, I empathise for the people that lost their lives. I'm so sorry for the families that have lost loved ones. The focus is not on the death of the people. The comments are, that wasn't a plane, that was a missile, that was something else, that's not real. I don't believe that that could happen. It's like this disconnection of, these are human lives we're talking about, and all you're concerned about is the doubt you have in yourself because it's not appearing as you thought it would be. You don't trust anything because of the doubt that's been put there before. So it's a sad thing to think that people are not focused on the actual loss of life, but focused on the why, and it's human nature to want to know why. So in the United States, one thing that's also been pointed out to me spiritually is your souls know that you're going to be part of a change. Your soul's agreed to come here. Your soul chose to be born in so you were either born in the United States or you migrated to them. You found yourself in the United States. So why are you there? Why is your soul in that country? Because your soul knew ahead of time what was coming, and you're a part of it. You're going to be a part of whatever unfolds. But the human brain, the human ego part of the self will say, well, I don't want to be part of that. I want my life to just be simple and easy, which is normal. I also hear a lot of Americans say, it's okay. I've seen this a lot because we get a lot of TV shows that come out, like even game shows. What's that game, Deal or No Deal? One thing that fascinates me, I've seen the USA version of Deal or No Deal, and one thing that fascinates me is they get really loud and they get very excited because there's money to be won. But if there's $1 million there and it gets knocked out, the briefcase gets opened, the first thing they'll say is, it's okay, it's okay. And I sit there thinking, it's not okay. Why can't you just sit there and say, it's not okay? What's this thing where you have to soothe yourself and just say, no, it's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Is there something that you were taught along the way where we're never allowed to say, it's not okay, I'm hurting, I'm falling apart here. Like, are you not allowed to say that? Because I just see a lot of people saying, oh, it's okay. Devastation just happened. It's okay. We're all going to be okay. No, it's not okay. It's bad. Sit in the badness. Like, don't suppress it. Don't make out it's not there. So what happened in my prediction was I saw a lot of the West Coast, which is, I've never been to America. I know I can only look at a map. So it was like the West Coast and a lot of the coastal areas. So down from Florida, that comes up on that side, is at the East Coast. And I pinpointed a lot of areas where we would be seeing news. And I could see lots of fireballs. Now, this was either fires burning or fireballs, like as in explosions. I had written down gas explosions. I saw like a service station exploding. So they create this fireball. A lot of it was coming from the air. A lot of it's coming underneath the ground. So like a gas explosion can also come up from under the ground. I saw a lot. It feels like you hear one thing coming out of the US, another thing, another. It doesn't just stop. Like there was some predictions about the plane accidents, but for me, it doesn't stop there. It's continuous, and you're just going to keep hearing about stuff coming out of there. I did know, where's the list of places I named? There was like California, Washington, San Francisco, North and South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Louisiana and Mississippi were some of the states that were really jumping out to me as having devastation. I also saw a lot of fighting against one another, so riots in the street and people just having had enough. I think it gets to that point where things just keep going wrong over and over again, and then it stirs up so much anger inside people they just want to go out there and vent and fight one another, although that helps nothing, but that's just the way people react. There was earthquakes. I had written down earthquakes. I had written down bombings, which feel to be intentional. Very interesting when I'm doing personal readings for people, just in the last month of me doing personal readings, a lot of stuff's been coming through where I've picked up for somebody to really think about where they're going to go on holiday. I can feel this is with people in Australia, when they are planning on a holiday, they're going to be seeing stuff happening on the other side of the world where they'll be thinking, I don't know that I want to fly there. I've also been getting a lot of warnings to not get on planes, especially in Australia when they're going overseas. And depending on where you're going, because I feel like there's unrest in a lot of countries that's coming, and so just had this feeling of you're safer just to stay at home, not travel so much this year. So I know a lot of Australians that have contacted me are planning on doing a lot of travel this year, and it's like, I feel like if your soul says, if your instinct says, it's okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to come home. But if your instinct's not feeling right, if your instinct's saying, I don't feel right to get on this plane, why don't you just cancel it? Like if it's a holiday, just or think about, before you book a holiday, really think about, do I need a holiday, or am I better off saving the money and putting it somewhere else? Like, I think people are losing that connection to their intuition. So yeah, that's what happened. America is imploding on itself, and it has to happen to collapse the belief system that's there. And as much as everyone can't stand the president that's there at the moment, is there a reason he's there to collapse it all? You know, and is he causing the collapse, which will then make people start to see things differently rather than the belief system that's been stuck there for so long? For me, as an outsider looking in, it just feels like it has to happen, because when you learn more in a bad situation than you ever do when things are flowing, and it has that kind of feeling. So